Hello, hello, hello. If you're here watching this replay, thank you so much for stopping by. My name is Svava Brooks. I am a trauma recovery coach, and I love to hang out here Tuesdays and Thursdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, most weeks, not every week, most weeks, where I hang out with my fellow survivor thrivers as we work our way through my book, one day, one page at a time. And as a trauma recovery coach, you can learn more about the services that I offer on my website, svavabrooks.com. If you're looking for support, encouragement, validation, or the tools that we need to heal and restore our bodies, our mind, and that important connection. But if you're here live, right here, right now, please say hello. Please let me know that you're here so I can welcome you. And also just want to say, how do we do things around here? We are going to start by just connecting, saying hello, checking in, a little bit of just seeing what's new and good, what's going on in your world today. And after we do that, then we usually turn to the topic of the day from the book. And we share our journal entries from our Facebook group or from the book. And also we here welcome any comments or questions that you may have on the healing journey. And if I don't know the answer to that, I will turn it to our community. And if my camera is shaking, it's because it is. I have one of my kitties sitting right here behind my computer. He is insisting on being here. He's trying to get my attention. He wants to be fed. It's a little early still, so you have to wait. Hey, Lady Leo, how are you doing today, my friend? Thank you, sweet friend. I've missed you too. I am doing so much better. Yes, I was sick last week. Don't know what that was, but some virus going through our family. That's never fun, right? And when was it? Tuesday? Wednesday? See, it's a blur's day. It was my turn. But I was out for 24 hours, and then it took me a few days just to get my energy back. So I am glad to be back. And thank you so much, Lady Leo, for the care and for the email and the Facebook message check-in. I really appreciate that. So, but how are you? And how are you guys doing today? So just so you guys know, right, if you may already hear them, but they are actively protesting here, my cats, that they haven't been fed yet. So we'll see how it goes. You might see a tail just passing through the screen here, so we'll see. Hey, Rob. Hey, friend. How are you doing today? Did you go back out fishing? Hey, Lynn. How are you, my friend? Good to see you. Thank you. Thanks, Rob. I'm glad you're here, Rob. Did you get back out to the river? I was thinking about you this weekend. I know you got rained out and had to head home. Still here, and the weather is gorgeous, beautiful. Enjoy. You did the redo and it worked. Excellent. Excellent. Glad to hear it. Lady Leo, trying to stay in the present and not create a story in my head. My sister had to be tested for COVID. Oof. Well, I'm sending you love and light and encouragement, Lady Leo. That is stressful. Absolutely stressful. So I'm glad you're here with us, because when we have these minds that we have, the worst case scenario, playing out scenario minds, It's not always fun or pretty, right? But I am so glad you're here. We get to distract you for an hour, right? But I also, in my heart of hearts, so hope that your sister is okay. That is hard. That is very hard. I actually had a few people send me a message and ask, so are you going to go get tested? Right? Because when we look down those list of symptoms, all of a sudden we have all of them. Isn't it amazing how our mind works? There you go. That's right, Rob. You are holding it down, sending a supportive hug, and we will include your sister in our prayers. That is hard. All right, Lynn. Having trouble with the internet. It's been the last few weeks. YouTube, I've had to do a couple of tries. It wouldn't even let me go live. So this today I was like, okay, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So namaste all. Yes, thank you, my friend. Right back at you. Right back at you. How are you doing, Lynn? How are you doing, my friend? And I just got a note from our friend Sue P. She's having an okay day, but she needed her rest. She needed her rest. So Rob, you know it's getting pretty late for you. So I said, yep, I get it. Sleep. In my world, sleep tops everything. If you can't sleep, take it. Anytime you can sleep, get some rest, by all means, take it. So okay. Well, keep us posted. Yes, Lynn, I hear you, my friend. I hear you, my friend Lynn, right? Getting sick of this, whatever, right? It is, it's hot, yeah, I'm struggling with words right now to describe, you know, where we're at, what we're going through, how we're feeling. I know many are feeling the foggy brain. It's like fatigued, weary, our hearts, our minds, our souls, with all the uncertainty in the world and the upheaval, right? Yes, yes. We know what you mean. We know what you mean. But then I also have to say, I'm also feeling hopeful, right? That things are changing, that we are, because of the massive outrage, that we are no longer, right, standing by doing nothing. It's time. It is time, it is time, it is time. And so I think we're in it for the long haul, and I think the outcome is going to be some massive shift, massive change. Unfortunately, humans, we don't shift, change unless it really starts to hurt, and it starts to kind of hurt us personally a little bit. That's when, right, when we know something on our own skin, right? That's when things, yes, absolutely, we are. So anyways, wanted to acknowledge that, but definitely, and now with things opening up again, yes, that's right. We are bearing witness to a new order of things, right? Things will not be the same. And thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, but with the things that are opening up all around us in our world, right? And COVID on the rise in some places. I don't know about you, but I'm using all my tools, tap, 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 right? Tapping, doing yoga, going for walks, doing TRE every day, doing Reiki every day, making sure I'm drinking a lot of water, making sure I get my 3 square meals in. So, a lot of self-care. If we're in this for the long haul, we need to take care of this so we can, right, hold space for this change for the long haul, right? Hey, Sue. Hey, Sue. Rob says, damn right. Thank God the next generation are going to be shifted further to a social justice and equality. Yes, my friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's what we all stand for here. We stand for that here in this space. All are welcome. All are welcome. That's right. How are you doing, Sue? How are you doing today, my friend? That's right. Lynn says, with the mental health system, we have an incredible opportunity to change the system for many in the system. Let's face it, the mental health system has shown a colossal fail in this. Absolutely. It is, right? A global crisis. And coming out of this together, we are, I think, more aware about the mental, emotional, physical impact of trauma, right? It is a public health issue, and healthcare, support, security, safety, access to all the necessities of life is a human right, right? I hear you, Sue. I'm glad you're here with us. So glad you're here, my friend. So glad you're here. Hanging in there, she says. Hanging in there. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. Yep, that's right, Rob. That's right. He says UK too. So I'm going to turn to our page of the day and set up our conversation. All right, Sue, I see that you just added your comment here, right? Isn't that what I see here? I have to do a little refresh of the page. There you are. So today we are talking about releasing our authentic self, right? You are so much more than just someone who bends over backwards to please others. Is that you? Was that you? That was me. That was me. There is a valuable, creative, loving person inside you who longs to be genuine. I had no idea what was to be genuine. Actually, I thought I was genuine until I started healing. And then I realized what I thought was my personality was actually, much of it was a coping strategy. Identities that I took on to people please, to pretend. I'm okay. I'll take care of you, so you want to ask me how I'm really doing. Anybody relate to that? I'm holding up 2 hands. That was it for me, big time. Let me continue. So here, we're going to talk about how to let that person out. That's the real you, right? That valuable, creative, loving person inside of you who longs to be genuine. But in order to do that, right, to be the real you, we must accept that the fact that we are all perfectly imperfect. That was another one that was hard. See, we all are, and that's okay. So how can we drop that heavy burden of perfectionism and spread our wings and fly free? So the invitation here is do it today. Start now. It is time, my friend. So the 2 questions I posed for us in the group today: who do you want to be today? And what kind of life suits the real you today? That's okay, Sue. I hear you, Rob. Okay, Rob. Got it. Thank you. Yes. Well, that's it. We need to have a little sense of humor here, right? We have to. We have to. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So I'm going to turn to the page again and share the journal entries from our friends. Thank you so much for sharing, because each time you share from your heart, you are inviting others to do the same, and you may hold the key and the insight to someone else's heart, to someone else's insight. So if you ever think that your sharing doesn't matter, it matters. Absolutely. Very, very important. So Wanda says here, Lady Leo shared with us today, she says, I want to be free today. Free of self-doubts and self-sabotage. I want to be happy. Honestly happy. The type of happiness that allows me to be comfortable with who I am as a person, irregardless of any of my imperfections. That would mean that I'm accepting every part of who I truly am. The type of life that suits me today is a simple life. A life of self-love and respect. A life that has found what makes me happy, doing things because I want to, or not doing things that I don't care to do, and be okay with that choice. Thank you, Sue. I agree. Sue S. here. You're so beautiful, Lady Leo, inside and out. You are, absolutely. And it makes me happy that you are exploring what it is to be honestly happy, right? Looking at some of those imperfections that make you uniquely the beautiful you, right? So and simple life it is, right? Because self-love and self-respect and kindness, those are all things money can't buy. Nope, those are all free. So makes me happy to hear that you are working on those things and you're working on them for you. I hear you, Lynn. Every time I think I know who I am, the lens gets changed. I hear you. That's evolution. That's how we grow and evolve as humans. Hey, friend. Hey, Ricky. How are you doing? Good to see you. Loving those flowers. So I celebrate you, Lady Leo. Thank you so much for sharing with us, sharing your vulnerable, authentic, powerful, caring self. Because we are so blessed that you're here with us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. I'm scrolling down. Rob shares with us today. He says, I want to be that creative side that I have been ashamed of and hidden from others for fear of ridicule. And also my imaginary ideas that made me certain how people would react. I just realized this could be a coming out letter from a 90s movie, but really just being myself, expressing interests in art and culture, and having a cohort of likewise people would be a great. And right, and then he goes, and a girl too. I hear you, Rob. Any girl would be lucky, so lucky to get to be your girl. So just wait, my friend. She is just getting prepared for you. She's just working out some of her stuff, so she's ready soon. I see it happening soon. So, but this makes me so happy, Rob, to see. And I'm so glad that you've been sharing your creative side with us, because we hear you, we see you, we celebrate you, and just adore your creativity, your smarts, your wisdom, your kindness, your generosity. Amazing. Amazing, Rob. I hear you. I hear you, Lynn. That's right, Lynn. So can we relate? Anybody else here who's held back, like not wanting to share their creativity or their thoughts or their hearts or their laughter or their smiles because of worried about being ridiculed? And maybe some of us were ridiculed or put down or shamed or being told, can you just, you know, pipe down a little bit? Can you just, right? I hear you, Lady Leo. See, Rob, you're not alone. You're not alone. And I hear you, Lynn, right? I realize I'm too much for some, not enough for others, but for what most people don't realize is that I'm so much more than just what they see. Yep. I get it. I get it. Right? Unfortunately, wherever we go, we are judged like that, judged by the cover of our, right? And that's also what our nervous system, our biology does, and how we are conditioned and how we learn. So it can be a little complicated, but if we just slow down a little bit and give people the benefit of the doubt and slow down enough and sit down and listen and get to know people, we find there's a lot more. There's a lot more than what meets the eye. So EJ says, I'm not sure I have creativity, so there's nothing to share. I'm questioning that, EJ, just because I care about you, my friend. I've heard somewhere, a little bird told me something about writing. There you go. Also cooking. Thanks, Rob. We're going to call you out here, EJ, because we know we know some of your talents. We know some of your talents. I want to talk about deep stuff with a group of similar friends, not pretend we're all stupid to maintain a false idea of masculinity. I hear you, Rob. I hear you. It's interesting, Rob, because I was actually my 17-year-old son who, started meditating not so long ago and reading books about Buddhism. And he is kind of realizing he's a little disconnected from some of his friends. So we are trying to think about where he could meet like-minded people, Rob. So I get it. I get it. That I'm glad you are exploring and you're putting it out there and you're aware of it. You're aware of it. There you go. There you go, Sue. We don't believe it. I'm sure you have many talents that the world would benefit from. Be kind to yourself. And that's it. I can still remember, EJ, you remember Rebecca. We go a little ways back. And it was actually Rebecca, who was my mentor a few years back, who there was things that and this was just before I wrote my books, because I was like, I am not creative. There's not a creative bone in my body, right? And she, nope, didn't buy it, didn't buy it, didn't buy it. And she did not stop until I'm like, okay, I got it. It was a story. And also she was the one who opened my eyes to the fact that the healing process is a creative process, right? The healing process is a creative process. Because, right, when we are forced to do something different, when we're forced to do something that we haven't done before, that's creating something, new, different. Like we all think about creativity as art, right? Doesn't have to be. How we live our lives is creative. And so how do we recognize our creativity, or that we are the creators? Right? By coming back to ourselves, coming back to our hearts, coming back to our bodies. Right? recognize maybe where we're pretending, not pretending, but protecting, defending, keeping guard. Hey, Sharon. Hey, sweet friend. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Sharon. I'm sitting with you, my friend. Sitting with you, that is hard. Man, this is absolutely not about you not being good enough. Absolutely not, my friend. Yes, we are sending you very gentle hugs, love. Exactly. I'm so sorry, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing with us. Just sending you love, my friend. Sending you lots and lots of love. So Sue says here, we have to be creative to be here, right? After what we've endured. Absolutely. We are courageous. We are amazing, right? Each and every one of you here, you are a miracle. Absolutely, you are. And, you know, to be resourceful and creative on how you are going to survive what you went through, you are absolutely creative. Lynn says here, sometimes it seems the greater the gift a person has to give to the world, the more obstacles seem to be in the way of the gift's unfolding. These obstacles serve as sort of protection for the gift. I hear you. It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting, isn't it? Right? It does, I think, serve as a protection from the gift. Yes, we do. We rock. And personally, what I've seen on my journey, my personal journey, and for others, is that the hardest part often is for us to receive the gift first before we can give it to others, right? We can't bypass that important step, that the gift is given to you for you to receive. And then it's the gift that keeps on giving, because when you receive it, you can't help but want to give it and pay it forward. And so whatever you believe in, God, spirit, universe, stars, trees, whatever, right? Absolutely. You're the gift. And you are your gift. And sometimes we are the ones who are standing in our own way. And there could be some, right, good reasons for it, but still it's there for you. absolutely for you first. So thank you guys. Let's see, I want to scroll down here to Sue. Sue S. shared with us today her comments on the 2 questions, and I would love to hear from you guys if you're here with us. Who do you want to be today? And what kind of life suits the real you today? Sue S. shares with us, the person I want to be today is one that is loved unconditionally and treated with respect. I don't want people to use me, take advantage of my generosity, and then toss me aside like yesterday's trash once they feel I'm no longer useful. I give and give until there's nothing left of me. This is so draining, and I am so exhausted each and every day due to my insomnia that I'm not even sure how I'm functioning. I want to be the person who can set a boundary and follow through with enforcing it without feeling guilt and shame. I yearn to be content with myself and command respect from others. I long to feel unconditional love and have others appreciate the same love I give so freely and deliberately. The kind of life that suits me, the real me, is anything where I can write and express how I feel to inspire others. I love doing anything that lifts another person up and allows them to feel joy. I would love to speak to others and give them hope for the future. I want to bring peace and serenity to a world so full of pain. My heart overflows with unconditional love for all people, and serving my community is so very important to me. The kind of life that I deserve is one filled with love and compassion and all the joys that life has to offer. I long to be comfortable with all of my imperfections because they are what make me unique and truly lovable. That's beautiful, Sue. Beautiful. You are constantly just representing, yes, so much love and kindness and compassion, encouragement, and of course, are worthy of respect and love and kindness back to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that is the beauty of this journey we are on, my friends. That is the beauty, right? The more we learn to heal our hearts, right? The more we learn to give to ourselves first, then we know what love is. We know what respect is. We know what kindness is. And I know kicking and screaming, that was a struggle for a long time. And I know it's not always fun or pretty. But with gentle compassion and kindness towards ourselves, we can slowly turn that inner critic, turn the volume down a little bit, and turn the volume up on, wait a minute, this beautiful heart of mine that longs to belong and to be seen and heard and validated, right? I'm the guard. I'm the keeper of it. And for some of us, it is a very creative process to stand guard and protected while also open to let in the love, to choose to be vulnerable, to take that risk, to be truly seen. Because our guard, that's the armor. I'm talking about Brené Brown right now and her writing about the armor that we put on to protect ourselves, protect our hearts. We hide our authentic selves behind this armor. And as we put down that armor and let ourselves be seen, it's a beautiful process. Beautiful process. Yes, Lynn says, I just want to be a decent human being. Of course, and you are way more. Yes, yes, that's right. There you go. That's right, Rob. You got it, Sue. You got it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Sue. That was beautiful. Beautiful. So I want to follow up on this share with a quote from Brené Brown, right? Around owning our story, right? Owning the truth of who we are, right? The real you. Right? Owning our story can be hard, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. And I'd like to add running from it in the heavy armor, heavy armor. So embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, right? Like we've mentioned here, taking the risk of being loved, taking the risk of sharing our hearts, taking the risk of being happy, taking the risk of sharing our creativity or our interests, right? Embracing our vulnerabilities is risky, but not nearly as dangerous as giving up on love and belonging and joy, the experiences that make us the most vulnerable. Only when we are brave enough to explore the darkness will we discover the infinite power of our light. And right, the healing journey, the things that we've put in the shadow because we don't want to look at it, don't want to look at ourselves. We've been hiding, right? And Brené Brown goes on to say, right, the vulnerability is the birthplace. It's the birthplace of hope, love, belonging, the source of empathy, accountability, and authenticity. So if we want clarity in our purpose, who am I? What do I want? I hear you, Sue. She says she's blushing. You are a gifted writer, Sue. Exactly. There's lots of talented writers in this space. Lots of talented writers. So I'd say overall, my friends, you're doing great. You are doing great. And when we set our intention, right, recognizing, okay, this is going to feel risky. This is going to feel hard. This is going to go against what feels safe. And when I go against something that feels safe because it kept me safe as a child or maybe for a long time, it's going to take some doing, right? It's going to take some pushing through. It's going to work. I have to work with my nervous system. I have to work with my thoughts. I have to work with my beliefs. So if there's one thing you can target in, like focus in on, one thing at a time, one thing that you want to focus in on, who am I? What do I want? Because you are creative. You get to create who you are and what you want. It starts with you. Yes, we are talented and a creative tribe. Because so much fulfillment and joy comes from knowing who you are and like owning it. And when you appreciate yourself for who you are, then you're less invested in what other people think. Because it isn't about being different than anybody else. It's like you're going to do your thing differently because you already are different. So what is it that brings you joy, right? We come back to that. What sparks joy? What lights you up? I don't know if you've noticed when you talk to people and then they start to talk about something they're passionate about and you can just see the spark in their eyes. They come alive. Like there's something moving. The energy is moving inside of them. Like Rob, I hear you say you want to meet someone where you can have that deep conversation, right? Like be curious about the human condition or, you know, history or how humans have evolved or whatever moves you, right? It's important. It's important. And I've already shared with you guys many times, right? My journey to find the truth that I'm kind, right? And I created from knowing that I could create what that looked like, being a kind human, being a compassionate human, because I had no idea within me what that looked like or sounded like or felt like, but I got to create that. Right? And no matter where I am, how much money, how education, status, whatever, I can always be kind. I can always be generous with my energy and attention and love and faith in people. Right? Yes, we are a talented and creative tribe. Absolutely. Lynn says, I found my tribe in my peers and peer mentors and advocates. That's my passion. Yes. Yes. I get it, Lynn. I totally get it, Lynn. I see you, my friend. I see you. My heart sees you, right? You have an endless supply of encouragement and support for people. I'm so sorry, Sharon. I'm so sorry, my friend. That's right, to create the change. Hey, Sharon, can I send you some Reiki, my friend? And I want to ask all of us here, if you can, please drop into your hearts right now. I'm so glad that you're here, Sharon. Thank you so much for letting us know how you're feeling. This is the perfect place for you to be right now. It's just hard when you are alone, maybe in your place, but I'm glad you're here. So all I need is your permission, okay? So I'm asking if you're here and feel called to feel your feet on the floor, ground yourself, and then drop into your heart, my friends. Drop into your heart. And either place your hand on your heart or just thinking of Sharon in your heart. And from your heart, we are sending and surrounding Sharon with love. The energy is flowing, my friend Sharon. I know this is hard, my friend. We are all unifying our hearts. And sending love, light, to our friend Sharon. And wherever you are sitting, whatever feels right to you, send love and support to our friend Sharon, whether it's with your loving intention, with you feeling the warmth of your heart, and sending it out to Sharon, or for you to say a prayer for her. And I'm so glad that you are here. I'm so glad that you are here. We are so glad that you are here. We are with you. And wherever you're sitting now, right, my friend, you are in our circle. There's a lot of energy coming your way, my friend. You are being supported. You are being held. And I know it's hard sometimes when things are hard, when we're in pain, when we're struggling, when we're suffering. Like what this body does, when this body is hurting, it turns inward, and our focus and our energy and our attention is all taken up by the hurt. And we understand that hurt. We can't fix it. We can't make it go away. We can sit with you. That's right. That's right. Thank you, Lynn. She says here, courage is taking a step forward into an area of difficulty without solution in mind. Trusting that whatever help you need will be available. Is it Dottie Jenkins' Pearls of Wisdom? Yes. Yes, my friend. And it's when the things get really hard that, and when our bodies are struggling, that we need someone to sit with, right? Your body regulates off of our bodies. So I hope you're holding yourself tight. Maybe give yourself a somatic hug, one underneath your arm, one on your shoulder, and just squeeze yourself tight. Just squeeze yourself tight. And of course, hold yourself, my friend, with kindness and compassion. You didn't do anything wrong, right? To be kind towards yourself. No judgment. Don't be hard on yourself, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's right. We are interconnected and interdependent. Yes, we are. Well, thank you, sweet friends. Thank you so much for being here today with the loving kindness. Please let me know how you're doing, Sharon. Feel free to send me a note. I'm here for you if you need someone to be on the phone with you. Just let me know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, creative, beautiful spirits, as always, for being here and sharing your hope, right? Love, compassion, and kindness, and encouraging one another. This is how we lift each other up. Thank you, Lady Leo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. With that, my sweet, sweet friends, you're welcome, Sharon. You're welcome. I'm so proud of you for coming here tonight and letting us know. Thank you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to support you. I appreciate that. Yep. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I will be back here on Thursday. So until then, please stay safe, stay healthy, do your best to rest, take breaks, and stay as connected to your friends and your peers and community as you can, my friends. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful evening. I'll see you on Thursday here. All right, loves. You too, Rob. Good night, everyone.